Hi, Kelly here from Cochrane Toyota. We're located at 8 River Heights Drive, Cochrane, Alberta. And today I've got a 2020 TRD off-road with a couple goodies from Tacoma town. So with just a couple extra add-ons, it's amazing what the truck can turn into really quickly. So first off, we've done Goodyear Wrangler Duratrax on this guy with the matte black TRD Pro rims. So they do get a little bit more offset, and you can kind of see it in that side shot. Sits a little bigger. They're about one size oversized tires, so you're not going to rub anywhere. Just kind of the perfect size for these guys. We've also put a tonneau cover on there. One of the nice things, especially with that locking tailgate, pop this open. It is a slow down one, which is nice. A little cold, so it takes some time. I really like these guys. If you look underneath here, there's a little clip right there. I can pop this, and then the same thing on the other one. Pop it one more time. And now the beautiful part about these ones is I take this little clip right here, pop it in there, and I can leave it like that. Or if I want, there's another clip, same as these ones, right here underneath this side, and I can pop it one more time and actually, I would say by myself, pull the whole entire thing off. So it is a very simple tonneau cover to get on and off. You'll notice in these Tacomas, they also have the bed cleats. So you go along those rails right there. So you just take it, spin that little guy right there, and you can slide it back and forth depending on where you want to go. And again, these polymer boxes are great all year round. Don't need to worry about them. And of course, with the locking tailgate and that tonneau cover on there, you're not gonna have to worry about things going missing out of the back of the truck. Again, if you take a peek underneath this guy, and see that the polymer box is not a drop-in, it's the full box. They put the body panels on the outside of that, which is nice. Another couple things I like about these new Tacomas, so if you look in the high hit points, like this is a hard plastic place, right where all the rock chips would normally hit. This is a spot that in the old 90s era Tacomas would just rust right out. And then you'll notice along the bottom here, there's a polymer spray underneath the paint. So it's really geared up to kind of keep rock chips and all that stuff at bay. Plus the factory mud flaps are full molded ones. Again, they're just a high quality all the way through. So Toyota's really thinking forward, trying to make sure that these trucks are tip top. With the TRD off-road, you're gonna get a few things. First off, you're gonna notice underneath the radar assembly there, you're gonna notice another camera. There's cameras under the mirrors as well. I'll show you on the inside what that's gonna do for you in off-roading, which is an awesome little touch. So this one does have the radar cruise control, allows you to tuck into traffic without having to adjust your cruise control all the time. It does have the lane trace assist camera up top. That's looking for people and pedestrians. Silhouettes, it would take you to a dead stop if it deemed that you're gonna hit somebody. It's also looking for lines on the road to be able to help keep you straight. So there's a lane departure thing in there, and it's also looking for your automatic headlights. So if you turn your high beams on, it will automatically pick up the car coming over the hill or whatnot. So overall, really slick truck. And with that extra little bit of Tacoma Town flair on it, we're getting lots of cool looks in this guy. So this is the TRD Off-Road Premium. So you're gonna get the full leather interior. So again, a really nice looking interior on these guys. And you'll notice on them, they do have the, underneath there is the child seat anchors. So you can fit two triple ankle child seats in these guys. You'll notice right there as well. You can pop those things in there, and then this guy does go forward. You can fold this forward all the way through. Let me see if I can get that done for you. All right, now I got the interior shots here. It's a little more than a one-hand job to get all that down, but you can tuck the headrests into there and overall get that back end really nice and usable. So a nice option that they've turned these things to, where they tuck those front seats down and open her up, gives you lots of space to store things back there. Nice option. One of the nice things with the new 20s is they all have the smart key, not all of them, but most of them have the smart key now, which allows me to lock the door right from here. Just go over the top of that and you can hear the door lock. One of the neat things that most people don't know is if I take, and this guy right here, see if I can get it focus, and I hold down both buttons at the same time, you hear that little beep from the truck letting me know that now when I open this, it's going to open all four of them. You hear it all on lock. So all four doors. So if I've got people with me and I want not have to reach in and unlock the button, I can just use that. Now, if I'd prefer to have just the one door open when I unlock it rather than all four of them, again, I just hold these two down until I hear the truck beep and we're all set, good to go. couple other things out here you're gonna notice is this does have the blind spot monitors right there. So if somebody's in your blind spot, that will turn bright orange. It's on both sides, and that mirror is over there as well. Again, with the 20, one of the big upgrades is it does have the power seats finally. Nice option. So lumbar, back, and the bottom side right there, really to make this thing fit you a lot better, especially if you're a taller person. So nice option. Inside, you're gonna have your automatic windows, doors, your mirrors as well, and the lockout button to keep the jerks in the back from messing with your windows. Take a peek on the inside, some of the new things. Again, this is that 360 camera. It's a really nice option for 4-wheel drive. I'll show you that in the dash, what that looks like. You have your automatic headlights. And if you hear that click, that means it's gonna stay that way. So all I need to do is go to this guy right here, make sure I've got it auto, push it forward like that, and then I never need to touch my headlights again. Having the camera up top right there, that angle right there, will allow you to allow the system to see oncoming traffic before the lights do. So nice option. This is for the power outlet in the back. And then of course traction control you can turn on and off from here. Let me jump inside and show you a couple more of the options. So now that we're inside, we'll kind of show you some of the new features in it. First off, you got that, again, leather wrap steering wheel with a molded piece right there to hold on. Actually, very nice, comfortable steering wheel. Everything kind of is in the right spot. You'll see this little cutout right here. It's the same on the back, so you can get a nice grip on there. On this side, you're gonna have your Bluetooth information. So all your Bluetooth stereo, voice command, all that stuff's gonna be right there. Pick up the phone. On this side, I'm gonna have my radar adaptive cruise control. I can change lanes. I'll show you what that looks like right in there. And then I've got my lane departure button right there. This is gonna allow me to adjust the functions in that spot right there. And same thing here, is that's gonna really allow me to hone in some stuff in that side. On this side, I've got my glove box with a USB port down in there, 2 USB ports down in there. Allow you to charge up your phones. And if you notice, there's a little cable outlet here, so you can put your 2, tuck them out, and actually have them in here. You've got your cup holder in here, not quite an Nalgene size, and then your juice box square cup holder thing right there. And then you've got e-brake, which has moved. For those of you that used to have the 4Runners that pull, or the Tacomas that pull the e-brake right there, this is a much better location for it. You do have your sports shifter in there, so you can go into the sports shifting. And then, of course, more cup holders. I like this one because you can pull that out, put coffee cups and stuff in there. But if you notice, there's no holes or there's no cracks or anything in there. Once you pull that piece out, it's very easy to clean. So again, if you spill anything in there, you don't have to worry about it leaking inside. You'll notice also down there, you do have your Qi wireless charger. So again, you just throw your phone on that pad, press this button right here, and it does set you up real nice. You don't have to worry about charging your phone. But if you do, between the 2 in the glove box and this guy, this is going to be the hardwire one that hardwires to the head unit right here. This is your power rear window, so that rear third window in the middle you can move right from here. Power, ECT power is essentially going to give you a little bit more response on your gas pedal, and then the shift points are going to shift a little higher. Of course, your blind spot monitors right there. When I turn a car on, I'll show you what that one looks like, because again, it's nice to actually see that. Tacoma, nice and easy setup in here for you. Your heated mirrors, 4-wheel drive setting right there. And if you want to go into 4-wheel low, you flick it over one more time. You just push it in and flick it. With the 4-wheel low, you got to be in neutral to get it in there. Of course, push button start in this guy. Then your dual climate control. So you've got your climate settings right there. You've got heated seats, both passenger and driver, set up right there. Let's get this thing turned on so you can see the rest of the demo here. So push button start on this guy. It's going to give me a little bit of a opening credits or opening statement. So the first screen you're going to see right there is going to be what's on. So you got your outside temperature control. You can see the lane departure is on, the little green button on the top, and then the little blinky thing there saying it's cold outside. It's probably icy. So if you notice, I'm going to put this guy in drive so we can turn on the cruise control. We'll see the button turn right on right there. It's like radar ready. If I press this button here, that's about 7 car lengths out. This is going to be about 5 car lengths and about 2.5 car lengths out. So I can adjust how far I want to sit right there. It's a nice, easy, clear to see. And then you can see the lane departure is on or off, depending on how we go. So nice, awesome feature right there. Go back into drive. And we'll start rolling through some of this stuff. So messages, anything the car wants to tell me, it's sitting right there. Settings, so pre-collision sensors, I can turn those on or off. Every time I turn the car back off and then back on again, it will automatically put all the safety stuff back on. So if you prefer driving without that on there, you'll have to reset it every single time. Lane departure settings, I can go in there and put sensitivity, trip warning, so how long I've been driving, it'll let me know that I've been driving for a while. Settings for the whole vehicle, so language, units, some miles per hour, and so on. And then once I get it all saved, I can put it into a driver's mode, so which one is mine. So again, all the things that I like, I can adjust it that way. Accent color, if I prefer to have a different color background, so if I would like the orange, click that and it changes the background all the way through. I don't know if the orange is my favorite color, but whatever. Digital speedometer, again, if you change that from miles per hour, it will be in miles per hour right there, which makes it real nice. Distance to empty is a nice feature to have. You go down there, average fuel economy for the tank, and then the current fuel economy right at the bottom will tell you while you're driving what your fuel economy is going to be. So distance, trip information right there. And then again, that's that time lapse letting you know how long you've been driving. If you want to set a timer saying I want to take a break at a certain period of time, that will do it for you. And then back to the digital speedometer. I think that's where most people are going to spend their time. But you also have a compass in there. You've got your radio, so if I turn the radio on, you can control the radio right from here. So all I do is scroll through that. And then back to this main screen. So I think this one right here is where everybody's going to spend most of their time, but it is an option there for you. So right off the bat, the biggest thing that's changed in the TRD Sport or the TRD Off-Road is you do now have the bird's eye camera, so you can see all the way around you when you need to. And then this side, I can change how I want to have the lines look. So again, different lines. Oh, you can hear somebody coming behind me. Somebody popping into that corner. So if I want to see a different view, I can see a different view. I like that one because you can see the whole entire works. Now, same thing goes if I go into drive. This one now has the off-road lights, so you can see right where you are. That's right on your right wheel and your left wheel. You can see right almost underneath the car on both those. So as I'm starting to drive around, you can see where you're going to be. So again, really nice options for off-roading and the whole works. And then of course the stereo in this guy is awesome. So you have your audio controls right there. Jump in and use any of the features. So you do have Android Auto, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, everything in this guy. If you don't want to use the standard setup, you just plug in your phones and off you go. So go back to menu here. I can adjust a ton of things, Bluetooth, the whole entire works. First thing I would do is get rid of that beep. I don't like that beep. And then again, I can change the colors in this guy as well. So if I prefer a lighter or a red like I did in the last one, I can go back and adjust all sorts of different things in that guy. So we'll go back to the main menu here. Go back home. I can even adjust how the home looks. So if I go back to main menu, hit setup, and then go to my display, where is that customized home screen, and I can adjust what I want to have on there. So if I want to have audio on this section here, and then switch, maybe change layout to having the navigation closer to me, so I can have a navigation there, and I can adjust all the way through, which is nice. And I think I have one more on this side. Yeah, clock. So if I prefer put the clock where the audio is, I can do that as well, because the audio will be in the center one over there. I'll go back to my home screen, and I've adjusted the way that looks. So again, with the clock on there, maybe you don't want double clock, but you can really adjust the way this thing looks. And then my favorite part is the voice command is actually very, very easy. So if I click this guy.
Before you start, consider...
Thank you. Find McDonald's.
Searching. Showing results for McDonald's.
So I can talk my way through this if I'm driving, or if I want to just press the buttons.
This point of
I can just press the buttons.
Guidance for a new route.
So that quickly, and all of a sudden we're on our way. It's going to give me 3 different route options. So if you're driving in the city and you don't know where you're going, it's going to give you a couple different routes. So if I click this guy right here, to our McDonald's, there's only one route, but if I want to click the shortest possible route, it's going to take me, so I got to click right on that guy right there, hit OK. It's going to take me that route.
Please proceed to the highlighted route, then the route guidance will start.
A couple of things that I used to not like in these is when you see the golden arches and you're trying to get this all gone, you have 2 different options. I can actually turn the voice off right there so I don't hear the voice dictating to me, or if I'd like, I can just hit this button right here and get rid of that destination altogether. So super easy to use. That's one of my favorite new features, is that heads up display. The audio center is a much better engagement. Now this is the off-road, so you're going to have a few things up here as well. You've got your locking rear differential right there, and then I can really adjust how this thing's gonna ride, whether it's mud, trail, snow, or if it's gonna be a crawl. So I can click it over this way, hit the crawl button, and it will adjust everything accordingly. So what that's gonna do is my gas pedal, my transmission, it's really gonna set that up to be the best possible scenario for off-roading, depending on how you wanna go. So getting the off-road, this thing is geared up out of the box to go off-roading. Plus we've done lift kit and tires on this guy, so it really does make a huge difference. The orange bag in there is going to be your locking wheel nut, especially with these TRD Pros and those Duratrax on it. You're going to want those locking key nuts on there, and that's the key for it. So awesome touch, lockable storage right there. And then overall, these new Tacomas are almost the best I've ever had. They've really kind of touched on all the things. They've put a sunroof in these things. They've touched on all the little pieces that really needed to be upgraded in these guys. And these new 2020s, I think, are the apex so far. Awesome truck. And of course, this one is done up by Tacoma Town. Come on down and take a peek at it at Cochrane Toyota.